Hello, everybody. It's Murialda here once again, and welcome to episode 7 of Let's Browse. Oh, yeah! Woo! Sorry, it's a couple days later than normal. I've been putting these up on Thursday, but I've been sick as a dog this last week. I had to go to actually had to go to the doctor's for the first time in 7 years. Yeah, I highly recommend if you can avoid it, don't get the flu. It's not fun. You may still be able to hear I'm still a little sick. I got a little phlegm in my throat. I may cough a little bit more than often than normal, but I'm feeling mostly better. Um, so yeah, I had to take a few more days before I did this just to give myself a chance to heal. I could not have made it through an hour of talking before. Just could not do it. Um, you may notice I have reverted back to my original setup. That other microphone that I used last time was just too crappy. I thought I was trying to improve things, but it just made it worse. But anyways, that's that. Let's get to the Let's Browse. And I should rename this to Let's Read Your Suggestions. Because there's not a lot of browsing anymore. But that's a great thing. So we've got actually quite a few people. So this is going to probably be a fairly long episode. So let's start with I'm a life form known as Manuel, who is asking about Asuna Yuki, the swimsuit version. And hey, let's go full screen. So this one is by Orca Toys and is still a prototype. From it sounds like it's been a prototype for a long time. I haven't really been following her. I do have Kotobukiya's Asuna, and it's a nice figure. Asuna is a pretty cool character and all that. Um, it's the in thing, I guess, to hate on Sword Art Online just because, yeah, it's Sword Art Online and it's popular. So yeah, let's look at some of these pictures. So yeah, she has a very nice rack, a nice smile, and a nice belly. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Asuna so far. Face is a little like long. Eh, well, and she's standing on like a little sandy beach theme base. Yeah, it looks to be a pretty good asana. The hair color does definitely reminds me of Asuna's hair color. That's one of the things that is the hardest to get right on her figures. There she is in like the background at one of the shows. So yeah, right there. And this one looks pretty good too. But yeah, I'm not really looking for another Asuna figure. I mean, if it's really awesome, I'll get it. But this one just doesn't pop out at me as, yeah, you have to buy it. Yeah, so this was from Summer One Fest last year. So yeah, she's been a prototype for a long time. Starting to remind me of like I won't say it. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, she looks pretty cool. So yeah, if you're interested in her, yeah, I'd say. I mean, I have a couple Orca Toys figure, and they are pretty good, but they are horrible with their delays. So next we have Alex James, and he's got two different figures he'd like me to look at. If they will ever load. Tokyo Taku mode. We'll just get them both going. So the first one is a Saber Arturia Pendragon from Alter from Fate Grand Order, 1/7 scale figure, and she is 165.99 at Tokyo Otaku mode. But you do get Tokyo Otaku mode points, so you can get like a discount. And we're back on this computer, so we're just going to ignore that error. So, anyways, this Saber is one of those characters where she's blown up in popularity, and there's hundreds and like thousands of figures of her, and some people are getting annoyed by it. I'm kind of on that line. I mean, I've never been the biggest Saber fanboy. I much preferred Rin in the original Fate Stay Night, and since I found Tamamo, yeah, she's Tamamo is my bae, and and Skahak is pretty cool too. But that's those characters. This is Saber, and I think this price is a little bit high. I think you could probably find her cheaper elsewhere, but I haven't really looked for her, so I don't know. And when you get all these points back, if you do shop here a lot, it's probably worth it to pick it up here. So let's look at her. So I'm not the biggest fan of the face, but it's just the artistic style. It's not a bad face. It is very representative of the character. Like I'm since she's in the dark dress and everything, I'm assuming this is more of the psycho, crazy, murders, evil saber, and those eyes definitely fit that theme. The hair seems to be detailed pretty nicely, and there's lots of ruffles in the dress. That's a good thing, and look, appears to be lots of shading. So yay. Uh, yeah, like I said, she looks good. If you're a fan of Saber, yeah, you're gonna get it anyways. But if even if you're not a fan of Saber, it does look like it's going to be a good enough figure. Just not for this price for me. Eh, yeah, lots and lots of pictures. And she's got yeah, this is like the evil saber with that black Excalibur. So yeah, I mean it looks to be a good enough figure, but not for me. Okay, and what was his name? Um, Alex James. That's right. The other one Alex James is asking about is Fumika Sakisawa from Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, the Azure Boundary. She is manufactured by Fat. Don't make me yell at you, Fat. So $131.99, 1979 points back. So this is a little bit more of a reasonable price than that Saber, I think, but still maybe a little expensive. And she doesn't come out until November, so that's a little ways away, and I'm gonna assume and guess it's going to be delayed. Hey, Milo. Yeah, so let's look at her. Yeah, she looks pretty cute. Uh, so she's in like kind of gives me kind of a Egyptian type feel, like Arabian Nights outfit. Uh, I'm pointing at the screen again, like you can see me. But yeah, she's got like that top on, and then that sarong, and she's got like swimsuit bikini bottoms on underneath it, and she's got a nice little headband and a microphone. Her smile seems a little smallish, but I love like the colors on the. I hate this. I'm trying to point with the mouse, but then the picture goes away. But yeah, I like the colors on her dress, and yeah, yeah, the face just doesn't do it for me. But the shading looks good, the hair sculpt looks good, the body sculpt looks good. Looks like she has some translucent plastic like underskirt. She's wearing some strange sandals. Yeah, they seem a little. The sandals seem a little strange. How it like goes around her ankle like that. Yeah, the back looks okay there. Little hint of a butt crack. Yeah, it looks decent enough. Not for me, but and like I said, a little bit more of a reasonable price. But I think you can probably find her cheaper somewhere else. Just just an idea. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't really looked her up. So next we have Lollipop Gallery, who is asking about Peach Maid, Miss Tabby. So I have seen this one around, and I know there are some people that are interested in her. I hate this full screen. But yeah, so she is by Native, and Native is known for their adult figures. There's nothing wrong with adult figures. Just if you don't like them, don't look for them. If you do like them, yeah, Native is a really good company for them. So I do know a lot of people on MSC are interested in this one and have ordered her, and I'm not one of those. She just doesn't appeal to me. I don't like her style and everything. It doesn't. I mean, it's gonna be a good figure, I'm sure, but like I don't like the super small feet it appears she has, and I really don't care for her face. But other than that, I mean, the dress looks pretty cool. Uh, of course, she's showing underwear. You're not going to be able to get her away from that unless you take it off. And I just noticed that little cat is like got his head on the inside of her dress, and that's why it's being pulled up. And there's a cat holding onto the mop. Little cat's on the stand, and cat's in her bucket. That's probably why they call her Miss Tabby. Lots of kitty cats. And yeah, like I said, it's just I don't like her face. It doesn't fit like my style of things that I like. So yeah, so her top definitely comes off, and her underwear comes off. And I'm sure since it's native, you're gonna have good nipples and sculpted anatomy down there. But yeah, if you like her, yeah, definitely look for her. $133 or so. I don't know how a native shipping is and everything like that. I've never bought a native figure yet. I'm just looking. I guess this is the original artwork she's based off of, but looking at her hair, the like streaks don't seem very clean. I wonder if they're supposed to represent like splashed water, or if they're supposed to represent, some other liquid. So, yeah, but once again, you're like zoomed in super close, so you may not even notice that in the actual figure. So yeah, looks to be a good enough price, a good enough figure, but it's just not for me. So the next person we have requesting some is Chikane Himemiya. Himemiya. Chikane. So I'm gonna guess this is a she, and no, we don't want to do that. So there's one, two. One of these days I'll figure out my setup. 3, 4. Okay. So the first one being requested is Seal Alencon. She's from God Eater 2 by Good Smile Company, 1/8 scale. She was released February 25th of 2015, so about 2 years old or so. $155 or so. Probably, I don't know if you can even find her in the aftermarket now. So yeah, and she's manufactured by Good Smile, so it's good quality figure. I've seen pictures of this, and she does look pretty cool. I'm not really interested in this one, but I mean, look at her God arc. It's got all that detail. Excuse me. And yeah, she's got real nice sculpt to her, nice paint and shade. She looks pretty dang good. And there she is with Good Smiles Alyssa. Unfortunately, watching the God Eater anime really it wasn't that good in my opinion, and it kind of turned me off to the characters. I do have the one Alyssa, but I mean yeah, it kind of turned me off to them. But I mean the figure, if you don't care about the anime, I know they're based off of games, and a lot of people like the games. Yeah, if you like her from that, or you just like this figure, I'd say go for her. Like I said, it's not for me. I'm not really interested in her. And Milo has just squeezed himself into a tiny spot. Little kitty cats are so cute. But yeah, this is like a real badass figure. There she is with her God Arc in like its normal form, not its monster eating the whatever they are. Yeah, the enemies, the bad guys. So yeah, she looks pretty good. Lots of detail and everything. So if you're interested and you can find her for a good price, yeah, go for her. The next one they're asking for is Ion from Shadow Wing by Orchid Seed. She was really, oh, she will be released in May. For MSRP is about $138. Maybe able to find her cheaper at places. I don't know. I haven't really looked at this one. So let's see. She's got the one long like thigh-high stocking and one bare leg. She's got very white hair and dual swords. And a purple dress, nice shading from a lighter purple to a darker purple, and some designs on it. She's got a flower in her hair. She looks pretty good. Um, little, yeah, like the design on the side of her dress looks to be a flower. And she's showing off some side boob, and she's got a little crease right there since she's lifting her arm up her shoulder. I'm trying to make a similar pose with me, and I'm not getting that same crease, but maybe she's got a little more muscle than I do. Yeah, definitely a lot of detail on the outfit, and it looks really good. Of course, this is a prototype, but Orchid Seed is a pretty good company as well. So she's like an elf girl, and more of a serious look on her face. Yeah, she seems pretty nice. Probably not for me. I mean, if I had millions of dollars and lots of space and stuff, and I didn't have to work, yeah, I would be buying almost all these figures because they are good. But you gotta limit yourself a little bit. So yeah, I don't know her source or anything, so she she just doesn't strike me as a must buy. But if you like her and you can find her for a good price, yeah, let's just go to one of these stores. Let's go to one that we know she's available at, and not Plamoya because they're usually really, really expensive. Let's. I'm trying to avoid Ami Ami because I go there all the time. Let's go to Hobbyland Japan. And we wait for the page to load, and not found, of course. So, yeah, I mean, let's go to Solaris. Okay, yeah, so $131. So she's right around the MSRP. Well, actually, if we looked at the yen, it was a little bit more expensive. Yeah, so maybe she's kind of exclusive. I don't know. So, but yeah, if you like her and you can find her for a good price, it would probably be a good investment. Okay, so now we're looking at Congo by Fat Company from Kantai Collection. Congo is a great boat. I love her. I have her half damage figure. So this one was released last October, October 11th, and the suggested price was $168 or so. I know the exchange rate has been better, but I'm still doing the 100 yen is a dollar conversions because it's easy. Uh, Average rating of 8.86, which is a little low, but only rated 21 times. Not a lot of people really own her. Um, Yeah. So she's in her typical like fire pose, Genki girl, trying to win the battle for her admiral's love. It looks to be a pretty good figure. Milo, he's doing some stuff. The shading looks to be good. Of course, this is a prototype. Let's see if there's actual. Yeah, there's 7 user pictures. Like I said, not a lot of people have bought her. Let's look at this one, this one, this one. So in this picture, the shading definitely doesn't look as good, but the sculpt still looks pretty good. This one, a little bit better lit and clearer picture. She looks a lot better in this one than the last picture. She has very dark hair, but there are some highlights in it, and her face, it looks pretty much like the prototype. Yeah, yeah. So, depending on your lighting and everything, she looks to be a decent enough figure. She's got a clear stand to hold up her boat. So, yeah. Okay, someone's got a stain. Quality is pretty good for fat. So yeah, looks like if you're a big fan of Congo and you can find it, looks to be a good figure. I think the suggested price is a little high, but you can probably find her for cheaper. And they're also asking about Yudachi from Kantai by Good Smile. This is her Kaini version, and she is supposed to come out this month sometime. I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a delay because it's almost the middle of the month and there's been no announcements. Um, so little Miss Poi, she's got lots of like flame effects going around her, and I'm gesturing at the screen like you can see me. But yeah, she's got lots of little flame effects, which I mean, she's a boat and she's on water and there's fire coming out. Yeah, that makes sense. She's got a sail on her ship. I mean, I know that's the character design, but it does seem a little old-fashioned. She does look to be pretty nicely done. Nice sculpt, nice shading, nice paint. There's the original artwork. Yeah, and I mean, it's another Contact collection. I know a lot of people are getting sick of them. I It does seem like they're dying down a little bit. So if you're sick of them, it might be going away a little bit, or it might get a resurgence of popularity. I'm not completely sick of them yet. I do still like the figures a little bit. So I mean, they're nice to look at, but I can't buy them all. Poi was a fun character in the show, and that's really all that I know about Contact Collection is the show. I've never played the game or anything like that. Yeah, yeah, she's like in a badass battle pose, and her pose actually makes sense. Like she's sprinting forward. Sometimes when they have the one knee up like that, like they're trying to run, it doesn't look very authentic and kind of like they're gonna fall down. But it kind of makes sense in this figure. Oh, let's go back. I just noticed the torpedoes have little faces on them. That's a nice little touch. Yeah, she looks to be a good figure. And if you like Yudachi or Little Miss Poidachi, you should be interested in her. If I'm the pre-orders are probably already closed because she is supposed to come out this month, but we'll see. She's not my favorite ship girl, so I'll probably pass on her. So those were the 4 Chikane Himemiya asked about. And now we've got Asuna Yuki. Wait, didn't we just look at one of her figures? So Asuna Yuki is asking about 2 Love Life figures. And get out of that. and get this up and get this open and go to this one. And we'll full screen again. And the first one that Asanayuki is asking about is Kosaka Honaka by Alter. So yeah, uh, comes out maybe in June, $148. You may be able to find her cheaper. I don't know. I haven't looked. Uh, but then again, if it's an exclusive like they have been, it's going to be expensive. Um, it's going to be good quality. I I'm not really into Love Live, and I hate how they get all the figures. Kind of like how some people feel about Contact Collection. I kind of feel that way about Love Live. Honestly, I don't think the show was as good as people make it out to be. It wasn't a bad show or anything, but it, I don't think it deserves the attention it gets. But this figure, so she's very orange. Makes sense because she has an orange in her hat. I think she's imitating an orange. School Idol Festival on her ribbon. Had to turn my head to read that. And she's jumping up in the air, so she's got a stupid little brass pole holding her up. That's the problem with the jumping poses is you always have to have some sort of support. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a very good figure. And if you're a Mega Love Live fan, you already have this ordered. That in the little scenic scene, they're hiding her little support rod, and that makes it look a little better. Who knows what the actual figure is going to look like? It looks like the rod's going to be jammed into her tailbone, and she's got like yellow stripes thigh highs and a little garter belt going on, and little strawberry and blueberries on her, and an orange on her chain. Lots of nice little details, polka dots on the skirt. Yeah, everywhere you look, you're going to see a little detail, and like on her chest, there looks to be little fruit candies. So yeah, definitely a very good looking figure. I'm not getting it. I've got the one Maki figure, and I'm good on Love Life. So yeah, and Honoka was kind of, especially in the second season, she just it became a clusterfuck of forced drama because of her. So yeah, not my favorite character. The other one Asuna asking about is one I actually had this one in my maybe list for a while, but yeah, eventually my despisal of Love Live took over. But this is Eri. Let's go back and use some info. So she's coming out maybe in September. $178. So she's a little more expensive. She looks to be a little more detailed. So I still don't think she's that worth that price. But yeah, it's gonna be a good figure by Alter. So I think she's completing the Alter line. But yeah, like I said, this one was in my maybe list for a while because I saw it. I've got a wallpaper of her in this outfit, and I like it, and she looks really good. And once again, you've got details everywhere that you look. There's checkerboards on her skirt. There's garter belts, very finely detailed. Her stockings are different. She's got speckles on her gloves and her outfit, and yeah, just everywhere that you look, there's another detail, something to catch your eye. There's flowers on her microphone. The microphone looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, if I loved Love Live, I would buy all these figures by Alter because they're really great figures. I just I'm not the biggest Love Live fan, so and I don't like how they get all these figures, but that's just me. I know there's nothing wrong with you if you love them, even though I may yell at you sometimes. And she's got a little music treble clef on her bow with a little tiny hat. I don't know what it is with the Japanese and the little tiny hats. I don't like her heel though. Just don't like that little knobby bit on the end. But yeah, I mean, it looks to be a great figure. And yeah, I'd say she's probably worth more than Honoka, but yet not the price that was being asked. Yeah, I mean, good figure. If you love Love Live, you've already got her ordered. So next, we have Chalk who is actually MO, but YouTube is making them use different names for whatever reason. And MO is asking about 3 different figures. So we got that one. I said we got that one. And we've got that one. And we've got that one. Oops. Had to show you a little nippy nip. So the first one MO is asking about is Kirika Toa Alma from Shining Resonance. This is the Akayo. Why do I even try to pronounce these? Akayogoromo version. So there's a very similar one of her where she's in a blue outfit. This time she's in a red, like autumn themed outfit, it looks like. She came out in July 24th of 2016. They were recommending $120. She's had a couple limited releases. Yeah, it looks like she was a very limited figure. So probably won't be able to find her fairly easily. Yeah. So she, of course, is like an elf girl. This is a Tony Taka figure, so same face. But she looks really good. I like this outfit. And I like her little sandals. And of course, thigh highs with the Tairoki. She has a nice chest on her, a little butterfly hair ornament, and leaves on her sleeves. Yeah, looks to be a pretty nice figure. Since it's by Kotobukiya, I'm going to guarantee that she can take the skirt off. She's touching her boob, of course. I mean, it's just a normal pose. Nothing sexual about her or anything. Nice long elf ear and lots of detailing in the hair. And a big bow on her back. She's got little earrings. Yeah, I like this figure. If I had extra money, I might look for her. But I don't have extra money. Yeah, she definitely looks to be a good figure. 1A scale. Just in case you were wondering, here's the variant of her, which was definitely the normal release. I remember her. If you bought her from the Kotobukiya shop, then you got the mini skirt that the other version of her has. But the normal release had the really long skirt. And I thought about her when she was released, but like I said, I didn't have the extra money. So yeah, it's the same figure, just different coloring. The blue one is going to be more readily available, I think, since it wasn't a limited edition. Okay, so Mo is also asking about Leviathan from Phantom of the Kill, manufactured by Freeing. And she came out September 14th of last year. The suggested price was about $118 or so. And I remember seeing this, and she has a very unique look, but it didn't strike me as a must buy. Excuse me. So, yeah. Um, I don't really like when figures have the faces hidden, like in a collar or things like that. It doesn't strike me as something I really like. And then she's got the really long sleeves, and this arm is going into her shirt and like a pocket. So you don't really see the hands either. So there's a lot hidden on here. But right here, there's something showing as well. So you get a little shot at her crotch. Doesn't look like it's going to be, total naughtiness. Lots of side boob. So there's stuff showing, but a lot of stuff is hidden as well. Her sword looks pretty cool. Almost looks like it's wanting to. Well, I won't say it. And she's got the really long gray hair, which is a pretty cool look. Yeah, you can see up the shorts a little bit. Very strappy boots, and side boob, and you can see some muscle there. So yeah, she's definitely a strong girl. She could kick your ass. But yeah, I like I said, I'm not a fan of how she's hiding her face like that. It's not something I like. But it would be a very unique figure in your collection if you do like her. Um, and it's not a horrible price. You could probably maybe find her a little cheaper. I I haven't really been looking for her in the aftermarket, so I don't know how her prices have been. And it's a decent enough rating, 9.18 out of 17 times. Yeah, a decent enough figure. And MO is also asking about Bemstar from Ultra 7, manufactured by Surprise Next. Never heard of them. She was released December 26th of last year. Suggested price was $156 or so. I should just say the yen price, 15,600 yen, and then you can do your own conversions. That would make sense. Damn Americans trying to force their ways on everyone else. So, let's look at her. Ooh, perfect 10, but only rated one time. Owned by 4 people, ordered by 1 person. So, not a popular figure. I've never heard of this character. So, first impressions. Not a lot of shading, it looks like. And the flesh look. I hate to say it, but it does look a little cheap. But that's not always a bad thing. You don't need super details on everything. The eyes look like almost real eyes. They're not perfectly white. They have a little bit of yellow in them. Maybe she's got a little bit of jaundice going on, or she's just tired. And she's got kind of a sad or angry type of expression on her little horn. And she's got, I want to say it's like a jewel on her belly, or maybe it's a little monster like mouth thing. And she's got fur around her outfit and little talon nail things on her hands. I think she's supposed to be kind of a bird type character, so I think that's supposed to be more feathers and talons. Lots. I don't think this is hair. I think this is her cloak. But from the back, it's a very boring view. But it's a good thing we don't look at figures from the back. And she's got like big, big rock type boots, and they're very, very big. Definitely not form fitting. Yeah, I mean it doesn't. It's not my type of figure, but I know I have fairly limited range of figures that I like, and there's lots of people out there that have different opinions of from me, and that's a great thing. Have your own opinions. And if you like this figure, yeah, go for her. Like I said, I've never heard of the company, I've never heard of this character or its source, so I'm not really someone to talk about her. I'm just going, first impressions. And yeah, it does look like it's a little bit of a cheaper figure, but they're asking a lot of money for her. So, yeah. But like I said, I haven't looked for her, so I don't know what her actual price in the stores was, if you can even buy her in the store. Okay, so that was all of Emo's or Chalk Crow's requests. Next, we're going to look at Lord Mackinton, and he's asking for a couple Fate figures and a Boku girl. So there's that one, and that one, and that one. And back to full screen. So, the first one Lord Mackinton is asking about is Jack the Ripper from Fate Apocrypha. So, obviously, Fate changes Jack the Ripper into a girl wearing almost nothing. And this one is by Fat Company and came out August 24th of 2015. They were asking 9,500 yen. So it's not an expensive figure. Don't know what it's like in the aftermarket. If it's like a typical Fate figure, it's gone up. It is a little bit small, 199 or 190 millimeters, 7.7.5 inches or so. Let's look at her. So, Fate Apocrypha is an entry into the Fate series that I'm not familiar with, so I don't know about Jack the Ripper's character in the show. So she has a nicely detailed base. It looks like a ruined building, and she with a little wrought iron fence going on behind her. Like I said, she's wearing very little. Don't know what this part of her outfit is supposed to represent. Maybe it's just a whole bunch of like knife holsters and stuff. Assassin of Black. So yeah, she's got lots of knives and a couple extra arm. It looks like. So a couple different ways to pose her. So yeah, little scars on her face. I don't really know much about Jack the Ripper in real life. I know it's a serial killer. Don't know like all the ways that he killed people. She has a very thick booty compared to her torso, with very small underwear. Not the most comfortable thing in the world, I would think. Not a lot of detail in her hair, it looks like. Little bow on her front of her underwear and her belly button. Yeah, very thick thighs for her torso. Definitely seems disproportionate to me. But like I said, I'm not familiar with the Fate Apocrypha, so I don't know if she matches the source material or not. I was hoping there would be a little original artwork. Maybe if we go there, and then we go here. Sometimes, yeah, there's an original artwork of Jack the Ripper. So yeah, she does have a little bit thicker thighs and booty than her torso in the original artwork, so Fat didn't exaggerate it too much, and she's fairly flat-chested. Yeah, it's not for me, but if you like her, I won't stop you. Okay, the other one from Fate that Lord Mackinton is asking for is Castor from Fate Grand Order. This is Elizabeth Balthroy, or however you say her name. It's not Tamamo. When this was first announced, I was just searching Castor because I didn't really know Tamamo's name. And I saw Castor, I'm like, ooh, Tamamo! Castor! Yes, must be. And then I'm looking, I'm like, I really don't like that, and that doesn't look like Castor. I guess Fate Grand Order has like lots of different servants of the same classes, I think it's something to do with like a timeline shift. I don't know yet. The anime hasn't come out yet. It's supposed to come out soon, I think. This one is supposed to come out in June, and it's by Flare, which is a good company. I love my Tamamo from Flare. And they're asking for. I'm thinking like, do I have another Flare figure other than Tamamo? I don't know. I think I have one ordered, maybe. I don't know. They're asking 14,000 yen. Probably find her cheaper at the stores, but not much. Flair's prices tend to be. Their figures tend to get expensive in the aftermarket. So if you're interested in her now, buy her now. Don't wait. So she has a very Halloween type theme going on with the orange and dark blue, which is supposed like representing orange and black like Halloween. Little bat wings on her feet and the little ugly shoes. I don't like her finger ornaments, whatever they're called, and I don't like the little fake horns on her hat. Yeah, I think she suffers from not being Tamamo, but the face looks pretty cute in this picture. That's for sure. She's got a little devil pitchfork and a bat. Got a point with the mouse. Bat on her chest piece and a little pumpkin on her necklace, choker. Stars on the underside of the brim of her hat. And little bat wings on her back. So yeah, very Halloween themed. Like I said, not for me. If it was Tamamo, yes, but not Elizabeth. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't played the games. I don't know much about Fate Grand Order yet. The anime is supposed to be coming out soon, so once that comes out, of course I'm going to watch it, and we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, like I said, if you like the way she looks or you like the character, buy her now. Don't wait until the aftermarket because flare figures always seem to go up in price and they tend to get very expensive. Okay, so the other one, last one that Lord Mackinton is asking about is Loki Asgard from Boku Girl. 1/6 figure manufactured by Native, so it's going to be an adult figure. She is supposed to come out next month, April 2017. Their suggested MSRP is 12,037 yen. So yay. Let's look at her pictures. So she's got little tape over her nipples, and her tail is covering her crotch. And if I look, it looks like she has underwear on. And I never noticed before, but she has a little demon, like chibi demon on her hat. I never noticed that before. She's got a mole on her chin, and cat ears on her outfit, making the O face, O mouth. Okay, so you can take her hat off and her tails and the little chibi off. I'd say she looks better with her hat on. Just going between the two. And yes, she does have underwear on. Okay, so she's got a little hood if you take her hood down. Showing off a lot of skin, but she does have the, tape over them. You can probably take that off, I'm going to guess. A little bit of camel toe in her underwear. Yep, you can take the tape off and stick it on little chibi. So yeah, she will be showing some nipples. Doesn't look like you can take her underwear off, though. It looks to be molded into her. This one is not for me. It's definitely, I mean, Native is a great figure. The paint job looks great, and sculpting looks okay. Uh, it's not, I mean, it's just not my style of figure. Like I've said before, I prefer mine to be more on the not as lewd side. I prefer them to be clothed, having their naughty bits covered. I do make exceptions to that rule, but it's got to be something that I really like, and I'm just not the biggest fan of this style. But I mean, that's just my opinion. She definitely does look to be a good figure. Uh, Toes look okay. They are molded together, so they're not individual toes, but I mean, they're so tiny you're not going to even notice. Yeah. Yeah, she looks good enough. I would, to me, I would prefer her with her hood up. She just doesn't look quite as good with it down. She's got highlights in her hair and everything. And the price isn't horrible for her, especially 1/6, so she's going to be a decently sized figure. So yeah, if you like her, go for her. And I think we have one more recommendation. Yes, by Eric Diaz. And we'll just close the recommendations now. So yes, he is asking about Shamshiel Shahal by from Konyu Fantasy Gaiden by Lechery. 1/6 scale. This one came out Ju- July 20th of last year. They were asking 14,000 yen. She is cast offable. And I meant to click there. So I have seen this one around, and I have seen several people interested in her. But this one's not for me. I'll just get that out of the way. I'm not the biggest fan of the pose or the overall look of her. But it looks to be a decent enough figure. She's got big boobs, of course. She's pretty much appears to be a succubus. She's got the little demon horns and the tail and the wings. It's unique that they're red instead of black. I think this might actually be a recolor, or I know there's another variation of this one. So the attachment of the wings and the tail to the back, it's not blended very well. It does look like they're just being poked into her back. But you're not going to be looking at her from the back very much, I don't think. You can get her with the acrylic plate if you so desire. So yes, you can take off her clothes, and she has her nipples out. Damn it. They're not censored. And she has, it looks to be a vagina. So yay. So yeah, definitely cast offable. Do I make this whole video adult content? We'll see. But anyways, yeah, she looks pretty cool. Not for me. Like I said, it doesn't fit my what I want in a figure, and I don't like the open-legged pose very much. Just my opinion. Yeah, yeah, looks to be good enough. If you like this type of figure, definitely go for her. So there is a variant. I'm not sure which of these is the original. Actually, I think this one is. Yeah, this one's the Wonderfest exclusives. So this one's the recolor, and this one is the original. So yeah, if you're interested in these figures and you like them, I try to give my opinion. I try to look at some positives and some negatives maybe. But yeah, I'm just one person. You're more than welcome to have your own opinion. Yeah. So those are all the requests. Let's just real quick, and we'll go to pre-orders. Just real quick, we'll go through a couple of ones that I just saw come out recently. So there's that one, that one. We got Freddy and Jason. There's been a bunch of re-releases announced lately. So, first one, I'm debating on this one, is Tokisaki Kurumi by Alphamax. Uh, so yeah, compared to the $400 you could find her for in the aftermarket, you can get her for $103 for the re-release. So it may be worth it for you if you want to just buy her and then hold on to her and sell her later. Kurumi's figures always seem to be very expensive in the aftermarket. I did pass on the original release, but I have kind of looked for her since then. If you want, you can buy her from using proxies from the Alphamax store, and you would get a special golden colored base. But I'm sorry, but for an extra $35 for a little bit of gold paint, that gold paint better be freaking real gold. But yeah, I mean, I like this figure. The face does seem a little bit off to me, but everything else is definitely Kurumi. So yeah, I like her. I'm debating on her. You may see her in a future video, or you may not. I haven't decided yet. So this one is a new one. Ayano Anemori from Ragna Strike Angels by Alphamax, coming out in September. 11,170 yen. Does not include Ami bonus, so there's a bonus if you want. And there's lots of pictures of her. So I think this one is by Misaki. Well, she has the same general look as Misaki Kurihito, I think, but I'm not sure if it's by based off of his artwork. Almost looks like it says Atari on her back. She has a booty, to be sure, with a butt crack. Yes, a very nice booty, spread cheeks. Don't like the super high cut underwear like that, though. Short hair, and a very mechanical looking outfit. Futuristic, of course. She has a nice belly. Pointless little skirt. And yeah, she has nice eyes and kind of that dazed expression on her face. Once again, maybe, but probably not for me. Maybe. I'm debating whether this one looks like it's going to be cast offable or not. Kind of looks like it's small, like her bottoms are definitely molded into her body now. In the Wonderfest prototypes, it looked like it was a separate piece. The top does look like it's permanently attached as well. So yeah, probably not, I'm going to say. So I'm not a fan of the Bishojos by Kotobukiya, but hey, it's Freddy. This is a female Freddy Krueger. Doesn't look to be the best quality to me. It's a re-release coming out in July. Oh, only 630 yen. So, I mean, less than $70. So yeah, not a bad price. But like I said, it doesn't look to be the best quality to me. Even the prototype. So yeah, if you're a fan of, Freddy Krueger, or if you don't know, then You haven't watched any old like horror films, but yeah, it might be something for you. And it's not your typical anime figure. It's more of a Western for the Western art audiences. But yeah, like I said, not really for me. And I had Jason, I thought, but oh well. We've gone on long enough. I'm still a little sick, like I said, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed. Uh, Leave a suggestion if you want, and hey, leave me some of your own opinions too. You hear me talk about my opinions. I'm interested in what you think. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. See you next time. Bye bye.